and family life coach from Athena Life Coaching. Another mother came to meet me. She has a 14-year-old son who is very bright, who is top of the class, is doing very well. But unfortunately, he hasn't developed drive. He hasn't developed the hunger to do better, to excel. And she thinks that her son is very, very lazy. And I must say, as a proactive mom, she knows that this might mark his decline. So, yes, you could have a bright child, but if your bright child is not persevering, focused, having certain values that are going to see him through life, unfortunately, life is going to throw up hurdles and challenges. That's a part of all our lives. And it's so important that children develop some very, very key values. And that is why this mum was worried. So, with regard to children, especially teenagers who come back from school and are lolling around and lazing in front of the television or their laptops, and they're doing well because they are bright, so they're paying attention in class, but they're not necessarily driven to do more because they're getting as good results as their teachers want. So I would say the first thing, it's a small thing, but it's very, very important to get your child involved in some physical activity beyond what he is doing. So this child was not particularly involved in many activities. So I advise the mother 3 times a week for him to join either a basketball club or a football club or cricket or swimming or whatever else catches his fancy, so that he gets himself out of the lazy zone and into an active zone, because hello, there is a mind and body connection. So once the body gets into gear, the mind follows through, instead of just like how you and me would sit in front of the television. We tend to get lazy and the mind tends to become a little foggy. In the same way that happens to children. So get your child involved in a physical activity. And the second thing is to figure out what it is that your child truly wants, what are his passions. So he might have shown an inclination towards something and he might have dropped it. So as parents, the third point I'd like to make is expose your children to a variety of things. So if he likes to play the drums, for example, encourage him. He might stop playing them. To follow art or to follow singing or dancing or whatever catches their fancy, and expose them to a variety of classes within a reasonable measure, and then to pick out what it is that he truly resonates with, that he truly enjoys, and then to see to it that he follows through. And how do you do that? Fourth point, parental involvement. You as a parent need to be on board. So if he is practicing art, ask him questions around art, show him some clippings in the newspaper, take him to art exhibitions, whatever it is that is exciting, because you need to create that environment, that nurturing environment. So it's great that you buy a plant, but you also need the soil to be healthy, to be conducive to the growth of the plant. So if the plant needs sunshine or less sunshine, you need to do that. So in the same way, your child might show an inclination towards art, but as a parent, you need to create that nurturing environment. You need to be involved with your child in that particular activity for him to feel encouraged and motivated to then follow through. Bringing us to the fifth point, and I as a parent always feel that the end result is not as important as what the child is learning along the way. And it applies to you and it applies to me, that I do work, but more than the result, what is who I become, who is the person that is created during the journey, is what helps us to lead truly fulfilling lives. So whatever the result may be, so your child might not be the next Beethoven or Mozart or whoever else, but it's who he becomes. His level of confidence rises, he is exposed, his level of thinking expands, his follow through, consistency, perseverance, managing resilience. He might fail, he might make mistakes and then get out of this. So this whole journey is more to focus your child's attention on the values he inculcates, and your attention as parents on the values he inculcates. So parents, if you really want some help in getting your child to be more focused, to discover his passions, to know what it is that he truly wants to do, and to get him out of that sleepy, lazy comfort zone of his, and to get him more active and participative in his own life. And I do feel your pain, and I know what you're talking about, because I had lots of parents like you coming to me. Do use the month of May for that 30-minute Skype call with me or phone call with me, to let me tell you how I can help you and your child to discover that fire within himself, so that he can be the best version of himself. Email me on sunainaathena@gmail.com, or call me on 05613999033. I would love to connect with you. Take care. Bye for now.